Greetings and salutations, affirming that you are well and that most things are well. This is Fabian Thomas, and I'm going to start off by declaring my delinquency. I had entirely intended for this second installment of Ting a ling the COVID-19 School Bell a Ring, to be earlier than this. But that's how it go. Now is the time, no time like the present. So this is installment 2 or episode 2 of Ting a ling the COVID-19 School Bell Ring. And I hope the first one was useful and that people listen to it. And if you haven't, then you can seek it out and find it. I'm going to be uploading them to my Fabian Say channel on YouTube. So I want to start and I want to look at a few things in this installment. And the first one is capacity building. This is a new norm. This is a new reality, or the forcefulness and presence of it is new for many people. Some teachers and colleagues of mine do not like online teaching. They don't like it. They find it strenuous, it's mysterious and problematic. And so teachers need help. Teachers, lecturers, tutors, whoever is engaging students online need support. And there has been quite a bit of training and capacity building, which I hope will be ongoing, which because it's so important. Teachers, we as teachers also need to be self-assessing. What went well, what is working, what was the quality of this engagement, but also what are the problems and pitfalls and challenges? What do I need support with? Like, for instance, some teachers, it's a struggle when you start teaching and students are coming into the class late and you have to admit them. It's a shift from teaching and delivering to now giving students admission to join the classroom or join the Zoom room, whatever. So teachers need support, and need support generally in mental health, emotional support for this strenuous challenge that we're in. So I hope that's happening and continues to happen. Parents and guardians. Some parents and guardians are not tech savvy at all. Them don't know nothing about Google Meet, nor Google Classroom, nor Zoom, nor nothing. And so some of their children are more tech savvy than them and trying to use them brains. I've heard stories from the parents of the class I mentor that the child is on YouTube, say, oh, I couldn't get online, but then the parent sometimes come and find out that everybody else is online. So what's going on? And I know some PTAs are doing it and are doing training and capacity building for parents and guardians. Really important, because the parents, some of the parents are not home, and some of them, even when they are home, they don't understand the ins and outs. I recommended to one school, Calabar, my alma mater, that they put out a one-pager with instructions to parents and guardians on how to get on the platform. Simple steps or a video, because not every parent or guardian understands how to. So some support and capacity building is important there as well. And students, not all young people are tech savvy. So some of the students also, it's a struggle, or the platforms that they're using is not what they're used to. So ensuring that the students themselves develop comfort and in fact prowess with these online realities, I think is very important as we take this journey. The other thing I want to talk about quickly is resources, where I hope that there is a repository, a database somewhere, whether it's Ministry of Education or whoever, with best practices, where teachers, parents, whoever can go on and see what initiative, bold, interesting things are working. I have to big up Miss McCoy, the lady who UNICEF big up with that video, and I felt proud. I felt proud because that was one of the things I suggested in installment 1 of Ting a ling was looking at what can be done in communities. Whether it's a church opening up their church hall, or a space in the church where social distancing and all protocols can happen, and students who can't get access go there, or there's extra classes, some face-to-face engagement for students who need that. So I hope there's somewhere where this is being gathered so people can access it and say, oh, this school is trying this, or this happened in this community, maybe we can do it. Some kind of resource or database that people have access to. Same thing, statistics. And maybe these exist, I'm not sure, like in terms of access. What percentage of our students do not have access? And is this because of the instrument, having no instrument, or having an old instrument, or is it because of Wi-Fi? Do we have statistics? Also in terms of attendance, how many students are a whole term or semester behind because they were not able to get online for the last semester? And also, what are we doing about that? In this current dispensation that we're in now, do we have statistics about how many students across the island are getting online, those who aren't, so we can use that in a concrete and realistic way? And the other thing I want to touch on in this episode is the online experience. Resources, videos, cartoons, learning tools that can support what's being done in the online classroom space, that can perhaps engage the students in a different way. Because just like how some teachers don't like the online thing, some students don't like it. They feel disconnected. They said the other students are disruptive. People are chatting in the chat box. Some people taking over classroom. Some students are locking up the teacher, making themselves host or moderator, because some of these kids, my granny used to say, knowledge increase to babe and suckling. So some students are struggling. They don't like it. We need a space, a place, a database, wherever, or sharing of information for other online resources to engage the students in a different way. So again, I hope that's being gathered. If anybody knows anything, share it wherever you see this. And keep following, keep watching. I've come to the end of this. I'm going to be posting these now, I decided, on my Fabian channel in a separate folder called Ting, ling. So you can look for it and find it there. The last thing I want to share now, it's a fact now, it's been shared that the Ministry of Education has decided that it's going to be limited face-to-face. So some selected schools all over the island will be having face-to-face classes. I totally disagree. I think it's too dangerous. That's just me personally. I think the risks are too much. Now, to add to my concern and my position, I heard on the radio, I think it was JIS, the big bold announcement that the Ministry of Education is asking schools not to send students back home who turn up to school without a mask. Now, mind you, people, saints, there was nothing in the message that said what they are to do when the students turn up with no mask. Now, I put it to you, in our public spaces, in our market spaces, in the place where people shop and go to things, we have signs up saying no mask, no entry. What is the school to do when students turn up with no mask? Is it that the school is supposed to have a supply of masks online to give them? Where will they be getting these masks from? Also, now look at the risks. If the child traveled from home with no mask, whether on public transportation or whatever, there's a possibility they were exposed somewhere on the journey to school. When the school allows them to come on the premises and doesn't send them home, what's the risk for everybody else on the school compound? So I just need this to be unpacked or explained to me. Like I said, when I heard this on the radio, they just read that this was what was being asked, but didn't say what the schools are to do. So if somebody knows, please tell me. Please tell me so I can be less stressed out and concerned. What are the schools to do if a student turns up with no mask? What's the guideline? What's the protocol? So again, peace, love, and blessings. My name is Fabian Thomas, and this has been installment 2 of Ting-a-ling-a-ling, the COVID-19 school bell ring. I will endeavor for installment 3 not to be so late. It actually should have been November 2nd, but we're kind of late, but we'll see. And like I said, please like, comment, share this with other people. Ask questions. I will also seek to get answers to questions that people ask as we take this journey together. We affirm victory and we affirm good things. Peace, love, and blessings.